We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance by led by Magistrate Murphy, a veteran.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a copy in your packet of the minutes of August the 8th. Jeannie and I have reviewed them, found them to be correct. Have a motion? Motion, Magistrate Murphy, second Magistrate Anderson. A roll call vote, please.
Magistrate Anderson?
Yes.
Magistrate Johnson?
Yes.
Magistrate Murphy? Yes. Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson?
Yes.
Magistrate Harris?
Yes.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
I don't know, that's what I kept wondering.
Today's the day that we prioritize the severance tax projects. So we will, Mr. County Attorney, would you advise the options that the court has under the statute and the state guidelines, please?
Yes, Judge. As you know, the state budget has 2 fiscal years in it. We have previously prioritized the 2012-2013 projects. It is now time to prioritize the 2013-2014 projects. There are 3 options on doing that. The first option would be to put all the projects back in the hat to be picked. That would be the 2012-2013 projects as well as the 2013-2014 projects. The second option was to put all the 2012-2013 projects at the top in the order that they are now, and then prioritize the 2013-2014 projects thereafter. And the third option would be to prioritize the 2013-2014 projects and place the 2012-2013 projects at the end in the same order that they are now. This would be the court's option. It could be done any of the 3 ways. There is also another option this year, and I'm going to single out a project just because it is the largest one. The Department of Local Government has indicated that we can partially fund or prioritize a project. For example, in the 2013-2014 budget, there is $1.5 million for the Mountain Water District for tank and pump station maintenance / rehabilitation. And you could divide that into smaller projects and only fund, for example, $250,000. And as a matter of fact, that was one suggestion I made in one of the meetings, is you could divide that into 6 $250,000 projects to prioritize. Otherwise, if one of the magistrates picked the Mountain Water District $1.5 million project, that would be about 50% of the projected money for the coming year, and you wouldn't get very many projects funded. And I also would caution, as I did last year, or just for informational purposes, for the 2013-2014 year, the legislature put in $6,968,846 worth of projects. There is no way under any projection that I've ever seen that number would come through. Based upon the first quarter that we've received of $704,000, if we project that for the 4 quarters, there will be approximately $2.8 million available to fund $6.9 million worth of 2013-2014 projects and the carryover from last year. So as a practical matter, after you get down below about 2.8 or at least 3.5 million, those projects are not going to be funded unless there's some miracle happens in coal production, which I don't think anybody with any knowledge is projecting for this year.
Roland, I did go back and look at what the total deposits for last year was, just for the court's information, and that was $3,461,842.53. And that's what we received.
Yes,
in
and the
total.
legislature had put about $8.2 million worth of projects in last year, so you got about $4 million worth carried over on top of this year's project, so in essence, you're gonna be prioritizing a bunch of projects today that really have no realistic hope of getting any money. But having said that, it would be the court's pleasure, whoever has the majority vote on how you're gonna do it. If you're gonna put them all back in the hopper and pick, that's an option, or if you wanna put 2012, 2013 at the bottom, you can.
I'll make a motion to put them all back in. If you want to pick any that you didn't get last year to go with it.
I'm gonna get confused here.
Mr. County Attorney, I think we only funded down to number 18, is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. You funded through 18.
I'd recommend that the court don't do anything because, in regard to keeping Kenneth Robinson, because Sycamore Fire Department was next, and if you remember, Kenneth rolled one of his projects to help the court out.
Yeah, Leo's made a motion. to
Leo,
put
you
'em all
got a
in there.
motion?
I make a motion that we put them all in, the ones that wasn't funded last year with them, if you want to refund them and pick from them all.
We have a motion, let's have a second.
What would be the purpose of that? They're already in line for
They're already.
to be funded. Last year's.
No,
No.
No, you have to redo it.
You have
This
to
list
reprioritize.
you've give us here. Is that for last year's and this year's both?
That's a new one.
The new ones for this year, 13, 14. The other list is the ones that didn't finish get funding.
This one. This one.
Correct. Any other questions?
If we do that, we're gonna have to go through and reprioritize all these projects that are on here.
Correct.
I'll take the tubes over here. Get big if I can.
Mr. County Attorney?
you have a motion on the floor. I don't know whether it got a second or not. I'll be glad to answer any questions that the magistrates have.
I just don't know why it's gonna take longer, ain't it? I mean, these here are already prioritized, ain't it, John?
No, they didn't get funded, so they
From 19 on, though, they're already prioritized.
they are prioritized, but you have to reprioritize for the next year.
Yeah.
You got to decide where they're going. They're not going to get any money.
So we've got to redo these two.
Yes. Don't
You
think
got to
we have any
redo
choice.
them. No, you don't have to. You could put them at the bottom, or you could put them at the top, or you can put them all in a hat. Leo's motion is to put them all in the hat so that the magistrates can go back and pick it.
Pick what you want to.
Pick what you want to out of them.
I tell you what I like to see us do, send them back to the legislators, let them that way they can't blame us for,
I can understand that.
that would be the best
Yeah, we
motion.
can't get mad because they're giving us money.
Oh, I'm not mad, Chick. Hey, Chick, I'm not mad, but
Got enough sense to pick it, that ain't their fault.
what I'm telling you is what Roland just said, there's not enough money to do these. So nobody is gonna get blamed but us.
We just prioritize it the best we can and let it go.
We have to comply with the law, and we have a motion on the floor. Are there a second?
No.
No second? Have a second? Second, Magistrate Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Magistrate Anderson?
Before I vote, I just want to clarify what the actual motion is.
The motion is anything that wasn't funded from last time can go in this if you want to go back in yours and pick it out along with the ones for 2014.
Okay.
Gives you the option to pick your own project.
And then we'll.
It'd be up to you to do it, though. So.
Right, I understand. Yeah, I'll vote for it. It's fine.
Magistrate Johnson?
Yeah. What do we do? Here. I don't know, that's over.
Magistrate Murphy?
Yes.
Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson?
Yes.
Magistrate Harris?
Yes.
Judge Reeser?
Yes.
So now we gotta get a new list.
No, we can go back and forth between the two, just give us time to mark them. The first, on 2014, the judge has already made his recommendation, which is the Pike County Senior Citizen Center is #1 priority.
Now you need to move on from there.
Judge, could I interrupt for 1 second?
Yes, sir, Mr. County Attorney.
And I don't know whether any of the magistrates or all the magistrates are inclined to do so, but I think it probably would be appropriate if you're going to divide the Mountain Water Project into 6 projects, as I suggested, to have a motion to do that at this time, or that maybe the magistrates want to leave it as one project. But if anybody
your
picks that
pleasure on that?
project,
Well,
it's
when
half the money.
I would think it'd be a lot easier to get this list changed. And see, we've got the ones in each district numbered, and the ones that's already been funded, there's a 0 outside it, right, John?
You see on the one that says Dorton Fire Department, it's highlighted yellow?
Yeah, that's on the old one. I'm talking about this new list here.
Let me show it to you.
It's got,
You need to
Yeah, it tells what district it is, yes.
Yes.
Hey, Judge, if it would please the court, I'd like to make a
You're not going to be able to get together and talk it because it's an open meeting. You can't discuss business in a recess.
Magistrate Anderson.
Well, I was going to make a motion that we go into recess, but Attorney Kay said we can't discuss. I was going, just to let us, each magistrate, I reckon as long as we don't discuss anything, go and review the projects per magisterial district.
Yeah, you could go into recess
Yeah,
to
yes,
review
indeed,
the
we can do
projects by
that.
yourself, but y'all
Yeah.
can't meet as a
Right.
group and
What
decide what
Magistrate
you're going to
Anderson
do.
saying, each magistrate will need
You just want
time
them time to
Right.
review.
to look at their district.
Make a motion, let's go in.
Can we?
Go in and talk about this, we got it all.
We can't go into closed session.
Well, that was a question I had. Hey, Judge, Rhonda, and I'd ask somebody I was talking to this morning about whether or not it had to be done today, and Rhonda said we didn't have to do it this court meeting. So, I mean, if we needed some time to,
Don't have to. It just delays any project being funded right now. Amy says as of right now, it's on hold. And she won't fund anything until we get a priority list down to her. So yes, I mean, we can wait until the next court meeting if that's what you want to do.
Does everybody understand that Frankfurt said that you don't have to do it today, but all the
No, you
projects
can
can be
pick
on
from either
hold
one of
until
them.
you do
See, yours
reprioritize?
would be
those magistrates, I mean, it's whatever they want to do. I just thought
Long
maybe if we
Fork
needed some
Community
time.
Park here.
Leo, Rhonda said we didn't have to do this today if y'all wanted to wait until the next court meeting.
You know how you're going, you got your procedure in place. You can either do it today, or you can put it off to the next meeting, or
Or
a
whatever
special meeting.
y'all want to do.
Long Fork
You got
Fire
your,
Department.
you already know how you're gonna draw. You got some want to do it and get it over with, some want to put it off.
I think these are
If you're
the only
gonna,
two you have that are
if you're
not
gonna do it
funded on the
today, Magistrate Anderson, I think it's a good
Long Fork
suggestion.
Community
Let's
Center
take a
repairs
break,
and maintenance,
and each one of you have time to
Long Fork
go
Fire
and put some
Department.
time to
I'll
it.
make a motion, we go into 15-minute recess.
15-minute recess.
I thought only the judge could recess.
100,000.
Okay.
This is Long Fork Community Center.
Leo's got a second.
Right, those are those two, plus these
Half hour.
are specific
I'll amend my motion, make it 30 minutes.
department. Take a recess to look over this.
That's what Rose was saying, that the judge had to get the recess. Do we have a motion? Did you make a motion? Got a motion and a second. Have a roll call vote, please. Madam Clerk, did you get the second?
Right.
Who seconded that?
30.
Magistrate-
Leo.
Those are the only two you have on
Magistrate
this.
Murphy, second.
Okay. Master Anderson?
Yes.
Johnson? Yes. Master Murphy? Master Robinson? Master Dotson?
yes.
Master Harris?
Pikes, could be anybody, Sheriff's Department.
Rutherford?
Johnson
Yes,
Fire
and the court's in
Department,
recess for 30 minutes.
Expo, Sheriff's Department.
Do I have a motion to bring the court out of recess, please?
There's you on.
Have a motion, Magistrate Robinson, to have a second. Magistrate Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Master Anderson?
Sheet, if you'll tell, I will count
Where is he? I just saw him.
to make sure that we keep in line, okay?
Master Johnson? Master Murphy?
Here,
Master Robinson? Master Dotson?
Here.
Master Harris?
Here.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
Magistrate Dotson is first.
Ronnie might move your microphone over toward you just a little bit. I don't think they could hear. We need to proceed as we have agreed to do.
Magistrate Dotson has the first pick.
He didn't, Rhonda didn't hear you. Is your mic on?
Magistrate Dotson has the first pick.
She said I had the first pick, Judge.
Magistrate Dotson had the first pick.
And Jeannie, if you would help me keep up with that, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll call their turns and you keep up with the projects.
That'd be great.
And I'll mark it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
The ones that's got zeros on the end of them, they've already been funded, right?
No, the zeros mean that it does not apply to any specific district. For instance, we have, the first zero is the Mountain Water
No, see,
District.
what I'm
That's
talking
across.
about is on this new list. You got zeros.
Those are the ones.
That means they don't have any funding in 2013, 2014.
Those have already been funded, as the
There's no
treasurer just
money
reminded us.
allotted in that.
Necessarily, that just means they were in 2012, 2013. You have to see if they
Yeah.
were funded or not.
You don't have a 2013, 2014 money for that one, or that one, or that one.
What's the next question, please?
I guess, Ron, we gotta go all the way back. So Majestic, Knox Creek Sewer, they found, $800,000. I've gotta reprioritize that one.
Yes.
The $800,000, let me make sure.
New money for this year.
Yes.
Never prioritized it.
Yeah, it was on the old list, wasn't it?
You can prioritize it.
I thought they said the
Madam
money was
Treasurer.
already there. Is that not right?
No,
Well, that'd be number one.
that's your number one. So
That'd be
that's
number
actually-
one. Mr. County Attorney, under your scenario, under the new setup, you can prioritize only the amount that they're gonna use in this cycle of the
Oh,
800,000.
he can prioritize the whole 800 or a portion thereof.
Well, what does,
Don't, the only time,
what does the water district, will they be using that amount of money? Or do you need to stage it?
Well, it's been on the back burner for about 2 or 3 years. I don't know if he's gonna do it or not. You know, it's that,
That means it
it's
will
a
be
new,
done.
new fusion system for Majestic, watershed to put in septic systems for the people living there. And this money is supposed to be already,
The engineer has been selected, and the engineer is already working with the Division of Water and is doing surveys currently.
That was the
yes,
Division
that
of Water
project
that
is
came to that area a few months ago and did their survey.
Yes.
Yes. So survey's already
So do
completed.
you want, are you saying the whole 800,000 is your pick?
well, do we have a choice of dividing this money up?
Can?
Yes, we have a choice. If
Have we got a certain amount we can use?
there's a certain amount you can use,
You,
I don't understand
call
what
over.
y'all are talking about. I mean, if this project is $800,000,
yes,
I could put 100,000 in it and put 100 somewhere else. Is that what you're saying?
yes,
So we've got a set amount of money that we are allowed to spend. Is that what you're saying?
no, there is no set amount, but you can, if you decided to, you could say, I'm going to prioritize as my first pick 200,000 for this project, and then later in a pick, you could pick up the rest, the 600,000, or you could divide it into two.
Well, why would a person want to do that? Because there might
purpose
not be
of the
money in
state-
there later on to
And
finish the
that-
project.
And that is correct. So if
The
you want to do
purpose
the
of the
whole
state
800, let's
letting
go
us
with
do
that.
this, folks, is the fact that you don't spend the money during this funding cycle and you can phase it and then pay for it the next round.
You don't save it in your area to be spent. It goes somewhere else. Is that right?
Right,
So I'm gonna put 800,000
that's fine. Okay, next, Jeannie.
Okay, Magistrate Johnson, your first pick? Okay, Magistrate Murphy, your first pick.
Infrastructure for Elkhorn City, 250.
Magistrate Harris.
The Belfry Sewer Project, $308,846.
Hear that, Rhonda?
I did, that's
Okay.
number 5. We're on number 6.
380. Magistrate Robinson.
Marbone Senior Citizen Van.
Magistrate Anderson, your first pick.
First pick is the infrastructure improvements, Coal Run, 200,000.
Okay, hold up just one second. John Doe, are you?
What one, Jeff?
Coal Run,
First, last year or this year?
actually, it's this year. They had 200 both years.
So you want this year's money for Coal Run, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and that's number 7, right, John Doe?
Yeah, but
Okay.
where is it? I can't.
It's the
First
top.
Oh,
one.
first one, okay, I
Yes.
see it now. That's
Okay.
number 7.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff.
You wanting the whole 200,000 or you wanting the whole 400,000?
They've already got the first 200,000,
Yeah.
Okay,
so it'd just be 200,000.
okay.
Okay, Jeff, your next pick, because you said we were going to go back up, right, Rhonda?
It's up to the
Yeah,
court.
that's what y'all said. Okay, Jeff, you got your next pick.
Second pick would be the handicap van for the Pikeville Senior Citizen Center.
Kenneth, your next pick.
Sycamore Fire Department.
And that is from the last year's list, is that correct?
That's from last year's list, the next one that would have been funded for 50,000.
Okay.
Magistrate Harris, your next pick.
Stone Heritage, 50,000.
Magistrate Murphy, your next pick.
Okay, the Pike County Hope of Frank Crum, 50,000.
Is that on last year or this year's?
It's on this year's,
Okay.
about middle way down on that, zero thing.
Are you on 11?
Magistrate Johnson, your next pick.
Yes.
Chili Valley Fire Department.
100,000?
Magistrate Dodson, your second pick.
Rhonda, on the Phelps wastewater treatment plant upgrades, does that have to be reprioritized? It's got a 0 out
Oh,
beside it.
no, it
Page
does
on
not.
the
That one was
zero,
funded
about
last
Okay,
year.
on the
That
zero.
was already in there.
Correct.
Halfway down.
Pike County Hope, okay.
Okay.
What was the next one after Chicks?
Magistrate Dodson,
I'm
his
get-
second pick.
Getting you on here, John,
Okay.
just give me a little breathing room here.
What was Chris's first one?
The, $200,000 for the Phelps Fire Department.
Okay, and then Magistrate Dodson, you have the next pick. Your
Okay.
third pick.
The next one will be 100,000 for, Kemper, intergenerational center completion.
14, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Magistrate Johnson, your third pick.
Number 3, check.
Norton Fire Department.
Magistrate Murphy, your third pick.
Elkhorn City Senior Citizens Center handicap van for 50.
Magistrate Harris, your third pick.
Upper Pond Creek Fire Department, 50,000.
Just a minute.
Magistrate Robinson, your third pick.
Lookout Fire Department, 50,000.
Magistrate Anderson, your third pick.
Third pick is Hurricane Creek Fire Department, 50,000. I think that's from last year.
Okay, Magistrate Anderson, your fourth pick.
Fourth pick is the Judy's Place payoff on the facility, 15,000.
Magistrate Robinson, your fourth pick.
Arbon, Ford, 50,000.
Magistrate Harris, your fourth pick.
The Hatfield Fire Department, $50,000 for equipment.
Magistrate Murphy, your fourth pick.
From last year, Grapevine Fire Department equipment, 50,000.
Magistrate Robinson, your fourth pick. I'm sorry, Magistrate Johnson, your fourth pick.
Fire Department.
Wait, you've already done Shelby Valley.
We've already chosen Shelby Valley.
You
Fire
switched
Department.
them up on me. You've already chose Shelby Valley. You already chose Shelby Valley. Yeah, you already chose it. What's Shelby Valley Senior Citizen?
Shelby Valley Senior Citizen.
Okay,
24.
that's 24.
Magistrate Dodson, your fourth pick.
The senior citizen van for Phelps,
50,000.
50,000.
See if you've done the rest of that.
And then Magistrate Dodson, your fifth pick.
What did he just take?
The
Senior
van
Citizen
for
Phelps.
Phelps Senior Citizen Center, they're on this year's list. That's 25.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, Rhonda, on the new page, 213, 214, all the ones that has zeros on them, you say are, some of them are funded, some not funded, right?
Yes, you'd have to look back at the list here,
So they're
and from
they're-
19 through 50 were not funded.
so these are basically the same projects, just on two pages.
No.
Well, you got them here, and then you got them here too.
Okay, right here tells you if they got any money for this year. This tells you for last year.
So you got them on the same.
They might have gotten money for both years.
Is there a specific one?
Hillman still. Then you have to go just pick out some of the generic ones like I showed you, the sheriff's that's got zeros in front of them and stuff like
The Blackberry Community Center for 50,000
Two.
on improvements.
Okay,
Hillman
Magistrate.
say?
The Blackberry Community Center from last year.
The 50,000?
Yes,
And that's number 25, isn't it?
be 26.
26.
Okay, Magistrate Johnson, your fifth pick.
Now, did I get two?
You did.
You got them. You got them back to back.
Which one did I get? Blackberry was-
You did Phelps Senior Citizens van at 25,
Okay.
and then 26, you did the Blackberry.
Community or fire department.
Okay, Magistrate Johnson's fifth pick.
Yours.
We've not done it yet. I mean, you've done one, there's two of them to do.
Okay. Long Fork Community Center.
Long Fork Community Center. 50,000, or 25,000. So that would be
Okay.
27, right?
Magistrate Murphy, your fifth.
The Mouth Card Community Center, $50,000.
Magistrate Harris, your fifth pick.
The Pike County Fiscal Court vehicle acquisition.
$100,000.
Solid waste vehicles, I believe.
Is that what that is?
Is
Solid
it on
waste.
last year's or this year's?
That's on this year's. It's at the top in the zeros.
Magistrate Robinson, your fifth pick. Magistrate Anderson, your fifth.
My fifth pick is the Airport Board Terminal Upgrades and Improvements for $100,000.
And then your sixth.
Sixth pick is East Kentucky Expo Center Improvements, $150,000.
Magistrate Robinson, your sixth project. Got it, Rhonda?
Which one?
So you want to do both years? You want to do both years?
We can only do one, so it'd be 75.
This is 32.
Yeah. 33. So we're doing the 33 is the Sheriff's Department purchase vehicles and equipment for 75.
Correct. What was 32?
East Kentucky Expo. East Kentucky Expo, Jeff.
I've missed one.
Okay, are we all on the page? Okay, Magistrate Anderson.
Well, that was the airport board, wasn't it?
Yeah, he got two back to back.
I know, but, so what was the airport board, 30?
100,000.
100,000.
It was 31.
Oh, was it 31? Oh, number 31.
I've missed one.
Magistrate Harris, you're sixth.
The Artist Collaborative Theater.
Magistrate Murphy, your sixth pick. Where, are you caught up, Rhonda?
No, we got Feds Creek. Wait just one second. Okay. That's 35. Okay, yes.
Magistrate Johnson, sixth project. I know it. So you can just pick whatever you want.
He
'cause
wants
it
the
won't
other
be-
funding year of Long Fork Community Center.
Okay.
This 35,
It's be 36.
6.
Magistrate Dodson, your sixth project.
Johns Creek Fire Department, 50,000.
What'd he say?
Johns Creek Fire Department, 50,000.
And then your seventh project.
We may want at some point here, I mean, we can go ahead and prioritize all these projects from top to bottom, but the reality is there's not a chance that any of the rest of these are gonna be funded.
Mr. County Attorney.
What was 30, Rhonda? That's where I've lost.
Number 30.
Mr. County Attorney.
I'm
yes.
just trying to save some time in us, I mean, it seems like an exercise
those
in
29.
futility to
Asked if
continue to
any way they could
prioritize
save
projects
time
that have absolutely no
on
chance
this,
of being
since there's no
funded.
funding and here down, under the,
We can send them a list of the ones that we've already prioritized, and then if something
I had those
miraculous happens,
28.
that we get an influx of money over and above what we all know is not gonna be there, then maybe we can go back and prioritize what's remaining. but-
Okay, mouth card's 28, okay.
Rhonda,
I see
the
where it
the
goes.
question is, and I think it would be all right, can we stop prioritizing at this point and tell them that we will prioritize the other projects at a later date if the money becomes available?
I did ask Amy Barnes at DLG about prioritizing some projects and not putting those on there. She told me that our resolution had to include all the projects.
Okay.
However, we could say, take the bulk of the projects and just list them at the bottom.
That would be without a number.
Right.
Oh, we're just about done anyway.
I think the answer is we can do that, so we got a motion. So you got a motion by Magistrate
You're right,
Byers?
Bobby.
But you can
have a
reprioritize
second?
at a later date. If the money comes in, we
Let's
can,
go ahead and do it instead of arguing. We've been here all morning.
So we got a motion to go ahead and just,
Byers, is that a motion to go ahead and as to meet the statute and the guidelines, and you've got your scenarios worked out. So we have a second.
37 projects.
I think Rhonda said we wasn't allowed to do that.
I have to list them all.
She has to list them.
You have to list them all, but
What you could do is Hillman,
we can list them and then prioritize them later.
Yes, but I need to know, how do you want me to list them? Do
She-
you want me to just take?
I don't think it probably matters,
like last year's.
like they are.
Whatever's not funded, just start putting it at the bottom of the list, and then go over here and start putting these
the
at the bottom of
treasurer,
the list.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We can.
Can I do it by district? Because it would be easier for me to type them in instead of alphabetical.
Just any way you want to do it, because actually from here on, you're just,
Madam
Because
Clerk,
they're not
I
gonna
bet
be
you're
funded.
confused.
Well, let's go ahead and get
Rhonda,
it
do
done.
we have
Give
37
her
projects
something
right
to work
now?
with.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Let's state the motion again, and I can understand why our fine clerk is confused. So please state the motion again, and so it can be understood, and then we'll see if we get a second.
Okay, my motion is that we submit the prioritized line items as they've already been prioritized, and the remaining items be submitted as they are on the sheet in order of district, by order of the district that they're in.
Second.
The order by
Motion, second,
district,
have a
you
roll
say?
call vote, please.
Yeah, by district.
By district that they're
Okay.
shown on the
Question,
attached
Go that many times.
document.
Madam Clerk.
Magistrate Anderson,
Yes.
Magistrate Johnson. Yes. Magistrate Murphy,
Yes.
Magistrate Robinson, Magistrate Dodson.
No.
Magistrate Harris.
Yes.
And Judge Rutherford.
Yes.
I'll be back. Yeah, just in case. I'll bring it back to you.
We're gonna go back to the regular agenda
When we get back, we're done. We're not
of the court,
gonna get funded. Yeah.
and I will make my announcements. If you pull them up on the screen, I'll make my update to the magistrate very short as I can today. You have the pictures on Dry Branch. On Dry Branch, we had the washouts, down in District 5. You had them other places. We got some on here and some we haven't. But NRCS, again, came in and they have done this project, are in the process. Jeannie said they're in the process now. Matter of fact, they have 2 contractors on this creek of Dry Branch working today. And the county forces are over there assisting them. The magistrate had told me in Hatch that they're over there assisting them on taking care of the in-kind. So this is in process. So then we had a call the other night, and Doug Tackett got a call that a trailer had washed off, and he, as usual, jumped in his vehicle and took off up to Caney Creek and down on Penny Road and down over the hill, Chick, and of course, you got a picture you can see on your screen there of the railroad track and the road what had happened, somebody had went to somebody's house and told them to call 911. The trailer was in danger of being washed off, and they called 911, said trailer's washed off. Trailer had not washed off, but a pond at the head of the creek was overrunning, as you can tell what happened here. So I was up there. I didn't go over the hill where Doug was, talked to Mr. Childers, and found out that there wasn't, the trailer washed off, but as usual, Doug was out. But they had other roads, other washouts. Let me say that the county crews was out. Hatch, you brought the crews out in 2 districts, 2 different times in the last while, and then we had it on the northern side of the county primarily this time. But so we'll go next on this, and that's the Veterans Independent Living. As you can see, the foundation, that's up at Douglas Park. That's they're under construction. As we know, that is our commitment to the veterans of this county to do anything that we can to help them. There's the building that is going up, and that is for independent living for our veterans that don't have a place to live. So that is a great project. We appreciate Mountain Mental Health partners with us to get that project. Magistrate Johnson took part, of course, in the groundbreaking for this project. Next one we have is just a short report. I talked to Stephanie Richards, and she said it's beyond their expectation the number of people that's been out to Blood Song over at the Hatfield McCoy Park. And again, we want to thank Damus and Hillman and all that everybody has done in regard to making this a reality over there. The Hatfield McCoy Heritage Days, August 31st, September 1 and 2nd. This year it is being coordinated and planned by both the tourism commissions of Pikeville and Pike County and the Chamber. The Fiscal Court and the City Commission has already put in place a board who will operate this in future years, and they will take over after this one. This one was set on a holiday, as you know, and we don't know, it'll be this year, they don't expect a lot of attendance. The carnival will be this year up by the community college building in their parking lot, and it will run from probably somewhere over here on Main Street up and at Huffman Avenue. Next is the fall horse trail ride. Hatch and Leo's foreman have been meeting with Judge Hayes and others and the committee up there to get this road so that they can get their trailers in up there. We have got the commitment from the state for the message signs to be put up, and we have also said we'll move the sign from over at Lick Creek over so that they can find Middlefield Road where the trailhead is this year. And we expect that to grow and grow and grow. What a beautiful ride it is, and it is a great ride, and going to continue to grow, and in my opinion, be the largest trail ride in Central Appalachia in a number of years. Lifesavers Conference, we was in Louisville for that, and we was there, and Kenneth Robinson and Hatch and myself, we was able to attend the conference, and was able to attend the one that the Transportation Cabinet had, and about Pike County winning in San Diego, California, and was giving the countdown, 382 fewer highway crashes than the year before. And those figures were astounding of what Pike County had done, what the committee had done, what the Pike County Drive Down Committee had done, which this Fiscal Court was part of it, and had attended the meetings, and with the sponsors at East Kentucky Broadcasting also got a recognition from that conference, and they was given a plaque, and Mrs. Deskins attended and received that plaque for East Kentucky Broadcasting for the sponsorship and all of the hundreds of what they had done on their station in regard to telling people to buckle up, and all the signage that was put up by the Department of Transportation in the county and what Hatch and their crew did out in Pike County to bring this figure down. We had the worst record in the state in regard to crashes and deaths from automobile or vehicular accident. We went from last place in 1 year to number 1 in the Commonwealth and received a national recognition in San Diego for that. But we was able to attend that. The Department of Local Governors, Governors Local Issues Conference, the magistrates attended. One of the best conferences that we have, I think all the magistrates will agree, to get information that we can use in the operation of county government. And it was a great conference this year. A lot of things we found out that and I know the treasurer and finance director is not here, but they even changed the new law in regard to how our budget is set up, how the budget strategy, what is used in the budget. And they'll be having conferences, one I think at Moorhead, that our people will have to attend. And we had a lot of changes. We got a lot of information and brought back to a lot of you commissioners and directors that you can use in the operations of your department. So, and where money was available. We moved over to the state fair on Friday evening, and it was a blessing that Pat and I went because Tony Tackett, the executive director of the tourism, who was manning the booth, his brother got killed in a logging accident in West Virginia. He had to return home. So the busiest booth again at the fair was the Pike County Hatfield and McCoy booths. We had 2 booths. One extended down to Highway 23, which would be on the right on the big screen. On our left up here looking at these. And they had 2 booth sites over there, and that was Highway 23. And it highlighted, of course, those singers, as we know from Pike County. So then I did a letter in regard to the decline of the yellow tulip poplar. They have a disease that's got into the counties that counties of Buchanan County and Dickerson and Wise that is killing off the tulip poplar. For our lumber, that is where most of our lumber is coming from that's shipped out of Central Appalachia. I have asked the state to come in immediately and do a study and to try to eradicate this disease because it is a species that certainly our lumber people need, and of course we've lost so many species, but this is the one that's the mostly exported out of the country also. So hopefully we'll get a study done on that. We gave the ranking we had on 1 last and then a first, but Pike County, Kentucky had a first, and that was on the front page of the Lexington paper, and you can look on the big screen. We'll look on there. That Pike is listed, and that is because of what this Pike County Fiscal Court had done over the years and what the city of Pikeville has done over the years. What you've done, you've constructed walking tracks at every location, at parks, community centers, and senior citizens. It took into consideration the 4,433 members of the Pikeville area YMCA and their programs. It took in the fact that the senior citizens had exercise programs. It took into the fact that the health department has programs on obesity, diabetes, and exercise. It took in, and it was something that everybody in the county that did, and it's always good to get a number 1 ranking in anything. And as you look, it don't only say Kentucky. When you look on this, it says top counties nationwide. These counties in Kentucky that's listed on this map are the top counties in the United States of America in exercise of its citizens. And I go back and remember what the state leading newspapers had done to us and criticized us for building parks and community centers and saying that we hadn't spent the money wisely. The money was spent wisely, and here it proves that. It proves that all these programs, all these malls, We have in Pike County more miles of walking track than anybody. The city of Pikeville, as you're aware, has Amos Park. You have inside walking track at the Y. And as you travel out through Pike County, you see the walking track. So this was great for Pike County, great for Kentucky, that we're listed as one of the #1 top 10 counties in America in regard to the exercise for our citizens and the facilities for them to do that. Next, we'll always have to, and we'll have to, I would call him Anderson and see if that woke him up. Let's see, Jimmy Dale Sanders. We're always glad for our Pride program and our Pike County Solid Waste to be awarded. And the Congressman Hal Rogers presented our Pride Director and our Solid Waste Department, and on behalf of our Solid Waste Department and this court and our Pride Committee, the work that Jimmy Dale does for Pride. And Jimmy Dale, on behalf of all these masters, want to congratulate you, because we could not have, we've not been able to clean this county up and keep it clean. And Magistrate Harris and Magistrate Dotson and Magistrate Anderson was present over to the opening of Hatfield and McCoy when Governor Patton, the first thing he said when he got up is that our solid waste program in Pike County was working, that Pike County was the cleanest he had ever seen it, that his wife Judy said, "What a beautiful county we got," and how he was talking about Buddy and Magistrate Dotson about how Blackberry, how clean, and how everything looked so good. So Jimmy Dale, we thank you also, and we want to show our appreciation by putting you up on the monitor today and say thank you for all that you do. And Bobby Mullins, want to thank you for what you've done, and I know you're going through a transition now. You're implementing from the study and you're getting new billing in place, and we're happy, and hopefully we can bring down that 1.7 million average for 5 years down so that we can spend money and make sure that our roads and bridges and these other programs have adequate money to do that with. And I want to thank you. Fishtrap Access Road, we got two things. First one is we need to pay $225,000 something on a partial payment. So we asked, and Mr. Eldrick's here, the engineers here from over to Summit, if we need them, but we asked them to bring some pictures so the court could see the work going on, and you can see that the work is going on up there. If you haven't, I haven't had an opportunity to get up there. This is on the upper end, I believe, on the upper end that you got on there presently. But I said bring the pictures, the managers can see it, and then we'll get a motion and approve the partial payment. Are there any questions in regard to paying the partial payment if you have the engineers are available? But you can see the equipment on site. You ended up getting an excellent contractor, and Bobby Branham said when they got the contract, he said that road will be built properly and right and as the contract called for. So do I have a motion? Motion by Magistrate Murphy, and to have a second? Have a second, Magistrate Johnson, and that is to pay the partial payment. Next we have, and I asked them to bring the pictures, and we showed you some of the pictures. And we're going to vote on them separately, so you, Madam Clerk, go ahead and take the vote on this one.
Magistrate Anderson?
Is this the partial payment?
Partial payment.
Yes.
Magistrate Johnson? Magistrate Murphy? Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dotson?
Yes, but Judge, is this the property that the people come in here, I was in question about the boundary lines, is up at the...
That was a misunderstanding, and that wasn't the problem that they thought it was. So yes, it's in the same area.
Magistrate Harris? Magistrate Dotson, I don't have your vote.
Yeah, I voted yes, but I just asking a question. Was that
Yeah.
Magistrate Harris?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford?
The next one is a change order. And the change that again, the engineers are here. If you got any questions, need to pull those back up on this. And you can show they had out and put it in the second phase on the abutment. If you go back where the pipes right here, what they did, they didn't put the concrete abutments in either on this, it's on this slide that you have, or they didn't on any of the road going up and put it in the second phase. Now the engineers, and we've looked at the budget, and they've talked to the budget office. The money is in the budget to do this, and it don't take it. There'll still be $75,000 left in the contingency fund. So what they're asking that they go ahead now under this phase, and they've asked for a change order from the court to build the concrete abutment around this and then build it. Again, the reason for that is the elevation of the road, Mr. Murphy, as you know, and that water running down there, and if these abutments not there, you're going to have washouts on this road even before it gets used a lot. So the money's available. All they're asking to do is a change order. Yeah.
Judge, is that, them pipes gonna stay in there like that, or they gonna build a bridge?
Would the engineer come around or to the mic and answer that question?
Don't look
You
like
asked the
you get a
question
long-legged mule in there.
of where these 4 pipes are. Does that meet the Division of Water regulations, and are they gonna be left in, or are you gonna put one in there?
Yes, these pipes will remain in place. These do meet.
Well, you better keep your excavator there all the time, keep them cleaned out. I've never seen one of them work yet, what you didn't have backups and stop-ups. And is this gonna be a road that people be using every day, or?
Yes, and it'd be used every day.
How much was the change order? Y'all may have mentioned the amount, I may have missed it.
It's $11,314.
11,314.
Really not a whole lot. These are going to be alongside the road to take the drainage out of the ditches.
Look to me like if you're gonna have this road gonna be blacktop, or is it gonna be gravel?
In the first phase here, it's going to be left as gravel surface, and then the second phase, they'll go back and pave it.
It ain't in my district, but I've got a concern for the court. I've never seen these pipes work. I don't know, Kenneth and them, how y'all every time you have a little washout, debris gets in behind them and then stop up and then runs over. How come y'all didn't design a bridge to go in there to start with?
Well, a bridge would be a lot more expensive, and we have a limited budget as it is.
Has the Division of Water approved this?
Yes, this is approved.
Concrete campers, ain't it?
No, this is starting to go around the hill, go towards the dam.
This is on the upper Pompey side.
Yeah, going toward the dam, across that. But now, it'll be cemented over here, won't it, to have these pipes and things?
That will be part of the abutment. It'll go around that.
Yeah.
These, I believe the head walls are going to be left off of these. Those were taken out of the change order. Unless they're put back in a later phase, they're not part of the contract now.
You can understand the concern of some members of the courts.
Yes.
Because we continuously have washouts, as we call them in this county.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And where you have pipes, same way as your low water bridges that we used to have to maintain, and you had all the pipes under, you continuously had those stopped up, and then you had debris continuously on them. But that's the reason that they're wondering whether or not this will work. But also looking at one end of it, it would be pretty hard to build a bridge. You're going to get into cost because you'd have to raise the elevation up on both sides.
Yes.
Judge, looked to me like you could build a bridge.
You can call this temporary because you're not going to blacktop it and go ahead and build the road the way it is, and you say you're not going to put an abutment around this?
On these?
Out of $11,000?
Not out of this. These are just for the drop box inlets that'll go along the ditch lines.
Okay, I think the motion needs to probably be that you just do the abutments on the other one, and that's
what I was gonna do, make a motion that we don't make this part here permanent right now, and see what we can do about that.
This in your district, Leo? This in your
11,000 is
district?
only for the abutment that goes
Look to me
on
like
the
for what
other
you're
one.
paying for the abutment, you get you a bridge put in there. They're gonna have cement abutments up against them pipes. Why don't you just do it all at one time?
If you
Well,
had
he
the
said
money
that wasn't
available.
included, that
So
embutment is
We
for,
have a motion, Mr. Murphy, the 11,000 is for embutments, not in this area.
and not make this part here permanent right now, do
in
we?
this part, and it can be temporary because then you can make your decision later on what to do on this. You have a second? Second, Master Robinson, have a roll call vote, please.
Master Anderson,
Yes.
Master Johnson. Yes. Master Murphy,
Yes.
Master Robinson. Yes. Master Dotson,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes. Next on the agenda is approval of the tax rate, property tax rate on motor vehicles and watercraft. Mr. County Attorney, would you explain to the court what this is?
I will do so, and the treasurer should feel free to jump in if she, I think the rate has been, what, 14 cents? Oh, it has been 14 cents. We can raise it to no more than 14.7, and if you did so, it would raise about $33,000 a year for the county, or you can leave it at 14, which it has been for the last several years. You cannot
Raise it
exceed, you
no
cannot
more.
exceed the 1983 rate, which was 14.7.
That was my question. You can raise it no more than the 1983 rate of
This is the tax on,
14.7.
this is the tax on vehicles and watercraft that the county receives a portion of. This would be the county's portion of that tax.
what's the pleasure of the court?
Leave it the same.
Leave it the same. Have a motion, Master Robinson, it be left the same. Second for Master Johnson. Have a roll call vote, please.
Master Anderson.
Yes.
Master Johnson. Master Murphy.
Yes.
Master Robinson. Master Dotson.
Yes.
Master Harris,
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes. We have actually 3 vacancies on the golf board. I have one to recommend to you today. I think I've got the resume. Jeannie, would you find the resume for me, please? As you all are aware, as the court's aware, that Jack Sykes, due to his health, has resigned from operating the golf course and the board. Which means that Pike County Fiscal Court and my administrative staff through them and the board, that we now have to operate the golf course. We'll have to do oversight. We will have to do monitoring from our finance office. We need to bring the board up. There are 3 vacancies, and I would like to recommend a lady that's a retired golf teacher, retired golf coach at Belfry High School. And the reason I'm recommending her is I go over every year, and they have the youth that her and Jack Sykes and the board has every year a youth golf camp. And they bring the high schools in, and they get our young students and the high school students interested in golf. She helped start the first golf team at Belfry High School. She's helped run, as I stated, the youth golf camps at the county's public golf course. She graduated from Belfry High School, bachelor's degree from the University from Pikeville College, and a master's degree from Morehead State. Her name is Elaine Rutherford, and Chris knows the family. That's Mike's wife. He knows Mike and the whole generation over there. And we wanted to get new blood on this golf board, We want to make sure, I've asked them to now to have their meetings in the judge's conference room, not for the purpose of anybody from me or my office telling them what to do, but advise them that the oversight is going to be done, that somebody's going to be in charge at the golf course. Everybody has to have a boss, and that we are wanting to make sure, and we realize that it's going to have to be subsidized to a degree, but it is the less degree that we have to subsidize in future years of this public golf course. So it is, it's my recommendation that Elaine Rutherford be appointed to the golf board. She has agreed to accept it, and I think she will be a great addition. As you know, the University of Pikeville, that is their home course, and we met with the president, chancellor, and the business manager, and they have agreed that they will help raise funds to help us on our money that we have to put subsidized from the physical court for that facility in the future. So do we have any questions or a motion? My recommendation and my motion.
Yeah, I'll be
Have a
glad to,
second.
I'll be glad to second it. Lane's a fine lady from a fine family, and she'll do a great job on the board.
You have a motion and a second. Have a roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Judge Ruth?
We have a committee, Jack Sykes is on it, the administrative staff and others, that is going to give me recommendations on the other two board members, and I hope at the next meeting that I can make the recommendation to you on those other two members so that we can begin anew and make sure the board becomes proactive in regard to operating the golf course.
Judge, before you move on, can I say one thing? I was watching Pike TV, and I thought I seen on there where you was explaining down at the golf course that the court was not wanting to fund the golf course, and you talked them into
What I meant
funding
to
it.
say, that if I didn't come across to say that there was a tough discussion at the budget cycle before in regard to whether or not the golf course stayed open, and there was that discussion. Then on this budget, that it was taken off the table, the fact that that we would have to pay the rent anyway on the two property owners that own it if it was closed. And if it was closed, that we would have to, if it grew up and the greens was not taken care of, it'd take a vast amount of money in future years if you wanted to have a golf course. I said it was taken off the table. I further said that the paper had wrote editorials and in the paper and had built this up at the previous budget cycle. That did not happen this time. The paper was mute in it, and so the decision was made not to get into that discussion. And I don't know how to come across from me just standing up and speaking, but that was the story.
I just want to let the people know that the court was all for keeping
Everybody
the golf course
voted
going. I don't think
unanimous
there's
for the
nobody
court,
against not
and
funding
the
it.
paper was very mute on it this time and didn't put in that you were cutting people off and wanting to leave a golf course open. And we appreciate that.
Judge, I got one question. On the golf court board, is any of the old ones still on there, or are you making a whole new one?
No, all the old ones are still on there. The ones
Okay.
who wanted to be on there, am I right, Judge Hayes, you're on that committee? Everybody's still on there.
Yes, we had the resignation of Jack Sykes, of course, as Judge explained, and then there's 2 terms that have expired, and of course, those stay filled by the expired member until the judge reappoints. So that's what he was talking about when he said there's 2 more coming up.
No,
No, it won't be all new. It will be the same board. The board runs the golf course. We're just going, look, we have to subsidize it, so we ought to have oversight of it, and that's the responsible thing to do, and that's what we're talking about. But it's the board's business to run the golf course, same board, but we just have to appoint as their terms expire.
Thank you. Good question. Okay, next on the agenda is awarding of bids. No bids. Magistrate road work. Motion, Magistrate Anderson, have second. Magistrate Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Magistrate Anderson?
Yes.
Magistrate Johnson? Magistrate Murphy?
Yes.
Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson?
Yes.
Magistrate Harris?
Yes.
Judge Ruthford?
Yes. Magistrate comments. Magistrate Anderson.
Judge, I don't have any comments this time.
Magistrate Dodson. Magistrate Johnson.
I don't have anything right now, Judge.
Magistrate.
Nothing this time.
Magistrate Robinson. Magistrate Dodson.
Judge, I just want to give you a little update on Dry Branch. We're started road work in there as of yesterday, and the people will see the road repaired and put back to best we can with it. And you got two contractors. You got Kevin Prater and York Smith doing the work, and we're doing the match on our part to take care of that. And I just want to thank the Jeannie and the NRC for what they've provided for us, and hopefully we'll get into Joe's Creek on that break. I know the bus is not running up there, but Frank is working on it with the NRC, and Jeannie thinks maybe we might get something this week to where we can let the bids out on hit.
Jeannie told me hopefully we'll get an answer from them this week. But they're great. They're great to work with.
Yeah.
They certainly are.
But I've had some people contacting me about getting some water extensions over into Farley Bottom, and I talked to Rhonda there, and I'm going to give her the petition, and she's going to try to get some extensions run over to them people so they'll have the access to the water there at Blackberry. And on our match, on our bridges, we've got one finished over at Scott Fork there. They finished it Friday, and they're starting another one up on Joe's Creek, probably complete it this week. So that's the work we're doing over in that area. And I know a lot of people is complaining about the potholes and the blacktop, but we're just so busy with our floods. We've been hit twice in the last 2 weeks, and we're just trying to get everything fixed up to where we can start back pothole patching and blacktopping. That's all I have.
Magistrate Harris.
Just briefly, Judge, we had a good response after the last meeting, people calling into the office with potholes and trees that needed to be trimmed over county roads. So I'd just like to renew that information. If anybody has a pothole along their county road, we don't do state roads, but county roads, feel free to call the magistrate's office at 353-9604, extension 4, and we'll be glad to put that on the list. That's all, Judge.
Personnel, Judge Hayes.
Judge, there's only one matter which I believe we could take up here without going into an executive session. The magistrates have that before them. It's a temporary mechanic's position at the maintenance garage. A fellow that we're recommending to hire as a temporary mechanic at a 5H rate of pay effective August 19, 2013 is Roger Dale Justice. He lives on Greasy Creek. He is replacing Ron Ferguson, who resigned from that position. Of course, we want to put him in there, and did that with Big Jeff Justice's approval. They're no relation, by the way, being from different sections of the county. But in any event, we're going to put him in there, try him out. He comes with an excellent reputation, and Magistrate Robinson is aware of him and has certainly given his blessing to this. And so it's Personnel's recommendation that we approve the hiring of Roger Dale Justice as temporary mechanic at the maintenance garage at a 5H pay rate effective August 19, 2013.
I'll accept that recommendation, and I'll make the motion. And second by Magistrate Robinson. Have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris? Judge Rutherford?
Don't want to forget this time, any commissioners or directors has anything that you need to bring before the court or any questions you need to ask any of us sitting up here today. If not, just say we appreciate you and your employees and what a job that you all get done for the people of this county. And we get to sit up here twice a month and look at you. But you all are the ones that are the key to getting the work done and getting the people the service that they deserve out in the county. Okay. The treasurer and finance director is upstairs. They are, they've been up there. If you noticed, they got up and left once we approved these projects. They have to bring the list back to us and motion, and I'll make the motion from the list. And I promise you, I won't even read the list. You all have heard it once, and a copy will be given to all of us once it's over, and a copy will be made available to the press. So we will take, we'll have a motion to go in at recess, and as quick as they get back downstairs, they should be about done. They had to go down, if they had to go over the whole list, as Magistrate Harris said, we'd probably be here for a long time. We have a motion and a second. We have a roll call vote. We have a motion and a second from Magistrate Johnson. Have a roll call vote to go into recess.
Magistrate Anderson? Oh, I'm sorry. Magistrate Johnson?
Yes.
Magistrate Murphy?
Yes.
Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson? Magistrate Harris? Judge Rutherford?
Yes. Do I have a motion to bring the court back into session, please? I have a motion, I have a second. A motion, Magistrate Robinson, I have a second, Magistrate Murphy. Have a roll call vote, please.
Magistrate Johnson? Here. Magistrate Murphy? Here. Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson? Here. Magistrate Harris?
Here.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
Is the right one?
Well, it's not.
Madam Treasurer, which one you want to do first? You're going to...
Rhonda, I got your schedule thing. You can go on with this funding list if you want to and do that and get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Want me to read the resolution, Judge?
Oh, Mr. County Attorney.
Judge, this would be the adoption of a resolution of the Pike County Fiscal Court authorizing the following projects as established in House Bill 265 and enacted by the 2012 General Assembly to be funded in the priority order listed via release and availability of single county co-severance funds, and authorizing the judge executive to enter into an agreement with the Department for Local Government, DLG, for the projects listed below to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by DLG to facilitate these projects and to act as authorized correspondents for these projects. And that is the, in summary form, the purpose of the resolution, and in summary form, it would be the projects as previously enunciated by the court in the order on the attached list. Need a motion, second, and majority vote.
Need a motion.
Let the court know, Judge, down through number 13 on the priority list, we handed them out one separately. Through 13 is $2,708,846. You all prioritized $4,073,846. So somewhere from 10 through 13 is probably where the money, if we look at the historical nature, will end up.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, have a roll call, please.
I don't have a motion and second. Who?
Motion was by Magistrate Roberts, second by Magistrate Murphy.
Okay. Magistrate Anderson? Yes. Magistrate Johnson? Yes. Magistrate Murphy? Yes. Magistrate Robinson? Magistrate Dodson?
Yes.
Magistrate Harris?
Yes.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes. Madam Treasurer.
Authorize the necessary transfers and interfund transfers to pay the bills, payroll, health, and life insurance.
Have a motion, have a second, have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Judge Ruth?
Yes.
Acknowledge receipt of the previously approved transfers and interfund transfers for July 24th, 2013. Pass over on the ones for August the 8th.
I have a motion. Have a second, Mr. Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
I'm sorry, is this the transfers and interfund transfers?
Yes,
Or is-
from
okay. Yes.
July 24th.
Yes.
Acknowledge receipt of the treasurer's July 2013 financial statement.
Have a motion, Mr. Anderson, have a second, Mr. Murphy, have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
Authorize payment of the expenditure approval list dated August 19th, 2013, and any other utility and telephone bills that we receive before the checks are run.
Motion.
Have a motion, Mr. Robinson, have a second, Mr. Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Abstain.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
I have 3 additional bills to be added to the expenditure approval list. The first one is Hurricane Creek Volunteer Fire Department, $7,500 allocation per station for a total of $15,000 for their class ratings. Evans Construction, $25,818 for a concrete bridge, Scott Fork at Meta that Hillman had state funding for. And J.H. Tomlin Fence, $546 for a fence that was a car took out at Hatfield McCoy Park.
Have a motion. Motion, Mr. Anderson, have a second. Have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris? Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
Authorize that the following check be issued whenever the funds are received for the Farrells Creek Neighborhood Watch Program, pass through LGED funds when received, project ID number 1146, in the amount of $14,214.46.
Motion, Mr. Murphy, have a second. Mr. Johnson, have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Judge Rutherford?
Yes.
I have no further business, Judge.
Nothing else to take up as the court. Have a motion to adjourn. Have a motion, Mr. Anderson, have a second from Mr. Johnson. Have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Anderson? Mr. Johnson? Mr. Murphy? Mr. Robinson? Mr. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Harrison? Judge Rutherford?